Already down to 19 HP.
It's a nice start. Big tag. So SK go for a double short aggressive play here as they want to push up, try and counter it early and go for a read. They actually get a dink down on towards Config. Fallen finishes him as well as he eventually finds that frag. Oh, they're just picking him to pieces. It's a shooting gallery right now on the OpTic game inside. They're getting knocked down one by one. Yugi and Snappy, the only two that remain. And Yugi, he's only got 20 HP. He's going to be limping around as he's put up on this boost.
1 minute then. 10 seconds left on the clock for OpTic Gaming. In the deficit. 2 versus 5.
Scares Fallen a little bit, forces him to fall back, and it is just a 1 versus 4 though. The smoke has gone down. He's going to go for the extension over, tries to connect the headshot, adjusts his crosshair rapidly there as he slumps down Fallen. Fur's just lying in wait and he's ready for it. Ooh. A couple of mind games, a few shenanigans here. Unfortunately for him, though, he has been detected. The audio cue will have been heard, and Bolts, he's only at 9 HP. If he goes for this swing out, clears ramp, he could actually get the frag, but Fur is hot on his tail. They go for the jump face as well, and Fur will do him in.
Long. We're back into it then. Dust2's here, and it's here to stay. Split coming in towards CT as the smoke does land, blocks up the vision momentarily from coldzera, which means there's no cavalry, there's no support. And when it arrives, though, it arrives in full force. coldzera of 2 frags makes this 1 equal. 3 versus 3 as we go into the post plant.
Yeah, that is just dominant from coldzera up to his old tricks as per usual. Oh, I can spot it out, but Yugi can't actually land the shot. Readjustment. Fights for the blindness like Daredevil, it don't matter. Stewie 2K comes through with a huge 2K, looks to add to more. Try and get a little bit more back for his buck, but it's not going to happen. This could be wild if he's given a chance to actually be a sniper with a hell of a scope, trying to take out a cop or two as he bobs and weaves, hits him with the right hook. Cajun down. Config as well follows the same path as his brother in arms, and Stewie trying to get an edge above the competition as he slams down on Snappy. It's all up to Yugi to save it. The Orps have reigned supreme, but who's got the upper hand into this fight? As if he peeks out, angle should be surely covered by Stewie, and he will find that killing blow.
This time can't quite connect it. As we see the A-long execution, this is what we've been waiting for, Jack. The staple of Dust2 T-Stud is how good is your long take?
Ooh, right now not looking too great, as all of a sudden coldzera's found a 3K, one after the other. He mows them down like a little strike there. He's playing a game of bowling towards long. Fallen. Goes for the exposed shot. Wanted to try and get a shot off with the AWP, but didn't actually land it. Smokes himself, goes for the on-top out as well. He's just going to hold this angle right now. Playing with Fur. They're going to bait for each other, try and hold this crossfire towards top mid. You've got the push from Stewie, so they have all the information in the world. They know OpTic are trapped inside of long, and they can just play around this safely.
Ooh, the timing here from Config. He knows that Fallen left the car, came back towards CT spawn for the boost from Fur, but Fur, the nice shot there, doesn't allow Config to get to. And now SK Gaming both holding the angle. He hides behind the car, ooh, but can't hide behind the shop. Stu, wow, coldzera, boosted as well, has the crossfire with Fur just to light up OpTic in the collateral crossfire, but actually it's going to be Config to find the first. coldzera at the off angle, the boosted angle to peer over the smoke is good for 1. And so is Cajun B. Trade frag from the pistol from Stu as they come and look in towards B.
Look who's got the bomb though. Stewie has the bomb outside. It's fallen down there. He can just sit on it and cover it like a mother hen just laying on her eggs. He's just got to wait, see if they're going to push towards him. As he just hides for the meantime. He's got assist as well there from Fallen. You've got bolts on the M4. Gade. Looking like he was eyeing up his teammate a little bit as they try and work out what they actually want to go for. It's going to be the counter boost over. You get an elevated angle. You only really get one chance with this. Needs to land the shot. Does find it. Pushes down. Stewie on the trade back though. Fallen has the additional AWP. You push out through the door. You're going to get AWPed. That's just a simple fact of life. I feel like maybe they've hit a bit of a mental brick wall in terms of what they can run that T side. And seems to be a mid play that is on the cusp. The smoke is down, but coldzera doesn't give a damn. Burst with the smoke. coldzera! 3 frags found in such wild succession, hit with a biff uppercut. That is phenomenal.
It's high noon.
Yeah.
Towards CT middle, my goodness. An ultimatum from SK. 9-1. Looking like double digits already for the Brazilians as coldzera leaves. OpTic cowering in fear towards the spawn in which they started the round.
It's true. As he has left on 16 HP, still holds his own. Flashbang goes over, he goes for the extension round. Ooh, gets the frag, but it's messy stuff. coldzera allowed to go for the re-extension. He's been a bit of a mean machine when it comes to being really the dividing force, the barrier to entry at mid, and once again, he proves success in that fashion. He finds that kill. It's a 4v4, and here comes the long take. Bolts on the angle, going to be holding it. Fallen with a peek on short, finds Gade, and now things get even worse for OpTic. Only 3 men alive. If Bolts goes for the peek on the angle, which he has no real reason to, he shouldn't overextend round on this. Snappy would find the frag, but he goes off the back of the flashbang. The contact face works out well. They get a read, they stay alive. Now has support of coldzera on the close angle. They go for the contact face, but Fallen swings out. Snappy with the Orpal, be able to tackle Bolts. Gets tagged up fairly low. Yugi with one, slays with the AK. But couldn't get any more.
It's time to take mid-control, and it hasn't worked. The only thing they haven't tried is a proper short execution that they have, and even that was, you know, fairly lackluster.
Oh, Cold, he's keen for this as he goes for the confident peek. What an absolute gamer. Gets the first frag. There's the second as well. coldzera hungry for another hat-trick into this one. So close, but barely misses the mark on grabbing himself his second hat-trick into this matchup here. And here comes the response, the call to the action. Fallen for brothers in arms as they push their way down. This dynamic duo barely hold on to their life force as Yugi misses the initial shot, but he isn't going to give him any more momentum as he finds that flick up and claims the second. That one's going on the fridge.
1 versus 1. Snappy with the Galil. No utility. Oh, but no bullets for Fallen.
To work with, any fuel in the tank, any last oomph as all of a sudden Cajun feels a slight breeze behind him, turns around to check out what it is and finds the headshot on Bolt. So you bring it back into a 4v4. At least it's a even-Steven situation right now, but where are they going to go from this? Config, elevated angle on top of his teammates, Noggin, peering over the smoke, trying to get a foot above the competition, ready to rock and roll out. When he goes for this push, the smoke will go down. Molotov in as well, that'll burn the player out of Goose. That's going to be coldzera that should have to reposition here. He's tagged up ever so slightly. Config barely stays alive, but finds that kill. Fallen from a distance, adjusts his crosshair. Cool, calm, and collective as he kills off Config. And it's owning into a 3 versus 3 now. Fur slowly making his way up, hits the mark every time as he finds that headshot on Cajun B. They have such a big lead over the OpTic game inside. Although that's bombs down, they're still going to be able to do things like this. The AWPs just rains. Gade, elevated angle. Get yourself up on top of the hay bales there. You've got the C's there. You can play the anti-flash angle, play with his teammate, but it don't matter. Stewie 2K, he's been a terror since the public school era as he pushes his way through, finding that first kill. Schools one man, the assist comes in as well as coldzera finds the 2K, looks for the third, and he'll find it one more time. As SK Gaming have just dominated their way in. They really want to steamroll through here.
Showing OpTic's who's boss, who's the 2-time major champions. But Yugi showing some form of himself. 3 frags found on the USP, pushing in for more, finds the frag onto Fallen, but eventually Bolts 2 times to speak.
Yeah, frag, but ooh, a little bit more coming through. Cajun with the deagle damage towards mid is able to pop a couple of heads with a pistol. Oh, Config on a roll as well with a scout as he glides around like a lunatic here. Punishes another member. Puts Cajun B up on a pedestal as he'll leave him in that boosted angle and go back towards mid for another kill, seeing if he can get anything else. And he really is quite rapid with his scout as he's finding these flicks. And it all comes down to Fur. Struggling to get these taps off. A little bit of a panic coming through, feeling flustered it seems. And Yugi just had to try and buy time. Snappy rotate.
Set aggressive plays, calculated risks that they can fall back on in terms of what they can call on this map. The problem is though, Jack, it's just too late.
Oh, Config with a bit of a slow adjustment there, but eventually gets that kill in the end, and there's only 3 men that remain. The terrorist squadron on the side of SK that are going to be pushing up flashbangs to aid them so they can go in under the shroud of confusion there, but it's Bolts that looked a little bit lost. Snappy's allowed to get that frag for absolutely free, eventually traded back upon him by Cold. It's just Cold and Fallen that are left on the site. Bomb's going to go down. Fallen to protect here. Watch him with the smoke. There's a gap in it. Gade with the time, and if he pushes through, gets the headshot off. Slays Fallen as he rips off his cranium. In coldzera, he's got to go wild. He'd need to have a monster performance in this round now. Into the 1v2 to close it out. Tries to get behind him, gets an angle, but it does not matter. Cajun B through the box. And they do have low economy, so it is just the AK scout that's been brought to the table, that's been donned, and Snappy trying to be a real Dom there, but unfortunately will only get one as he finds that headshot on Fur before he's traded back. Bolts will kill him with a CZ. And OpTic as well, unsure yet of where the push is actually going to be coming towards as they try and reposition. Stewie down to 5 HP. Oh, actually gets the follow-up shot off and kills Cajun.
4 versus 3, but we have to take a look at the HP right now from SK. 5 for Stewie, 9 for Bolts. So even though they had the man advantage, still extremely close. Bomb making its way in towards T-Spawn, rotating back towards the B site. Gade. I don't want to say the odd one out on this roster, but in terms of experience, definitely. Coming from the North Academy, as he was picked up for this roster early on. Back when they had some North Americans in it as well. And now he needs to show why he was that second player after Mertz to come out from that roster and really step up to the moment.
Here comes the push through. Gade waiting and trying to defend this bomb site like his life depends on it, and unfortunately his life has gone. He's expired, but Yugi, the lucky shot off there as he connects on coldzera. He's up top and he's trying to really drop top on him as he hits him with that first shot, glides his way in, but Stewie will trade it back, and it's all on Config. A 1 versus 2. He's got the M4 to play with, but is he going to want more? Can he cook raw with a Brooklyn Raw? Because he's going to try and push into the site. Stewie holds the angle as he taps around like a bit of a lunatic, ready to try and slide his way through. Graceful headshot on Stewie. The marksmanship coming through, and it just comes down to Bolts. But Config, look, he's on edge. He's paranoid. He's bouncing around, trying to clear these angles, suspecting the push. Bolts has just played it like a real Don. He's just hid. He's just going to be able to win off the back of this because Config, he's played himself.
Bolts with nothing to lose, feels no pressure in the 1 versus 1. 16 to 6.